morning and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center Saxe this Sunday morning, May 16, 2021. Let's take a deep breath together. Take a deep breath. We center ourselves, leaving the world outside of these doors and folding into our hearts and into our consciousness those who are watching us remotely, knowing that we are all one. We are all one. There is no space or time in spirit. And so now, as you are centering yourself, you can stand either in body or in spirit as we go into our congregational song with Robin Hackett.
Good morning, everyone. And if you are willing and able, please rise. We can welcome in this new wonderful rainy day, but that's okay. We love rain. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. 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 Good morning.
I want to introduce our speaker for today before we move further into our service. Charles Holt's been with us before. He's a Broadway actor, speaker, and author, and has starred in some of the most celebrated and spectacular shows in American theater history, such as Smokey Joe's Cafe, Jesus Christ Superstar, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Disney's Lion King. He adds guest starring roles in television and film to his credit, as well as extensive work as a voiceover artist. He has addressed organizations such as TEDx in Berkeley and Nashville, NCORE, the National Conference on Race and Ethnicity, the Rikers Island Correctional Facility, Facing History and Ourselves, numerous colleges, universities, and churches. He's the author of 2 books. Intuitive Rebel is the story of Holt's journey from a small town in Tennessee to the Broadway stage and beyond. His second book is entitled Between Me and Dad, A Journey Through Forgiveness to Freedom. Charles's relationship with his dad was a catalyst in creating his emotional literacy and learning program and nonprofit organization called the Open Frames Project. As a former football and track standout, Charles attributes sports to his success. Quote, high school was some of the best soil for my growth as an athlete and as a student. It set me up for a great future, end quote. After graduating and completing his college, Charles landed an opportunity to showcase his athletic skills for several NFL teams. However, at 5'7" and 179 pounds, Holt's blazing speed wasn't enough to beat a path to playing on Sundays. He often quotes, "I might not have reached my dream of becoming a professional football player, but I always trained like I was one." So let's take a deep breath. We just sang about opening up. Let's breathe together as we move forward into our service and an experience together. We know that everyone here is here by divine appointment, whether watching remotely or here in the room. And we know and affirm our connection energetically. And so as we breathe together, we open up and expand as much as we can that heart space where we are more aware of the divine that expresses as us, the divine that moves through us, animates us, and gives life to all that there is. So we just continue to breathe, relaxing body and mind, relaxing heart and soul. Knowing that something magical will happen in this time together, something magical that will help us step more fully into our divinity so that we can continue to bless those in our world and those around the planet. Just breathe together, relax, knowing that all is well, that everything is truly always working out for us. That we have dominion over our thoughts, words, and actions. That we are indeed the masters of our individual universes. And here in the depth of our sweet surrender, we now sing our centering song, Spirit's Prayer. Together.
Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my All right. Good morning. Thank y'all for being here, and let us all bless our beautiful little children of all the world here and everything that's happening. So let's read this together. Children of light, we see you guided and directed by an inward spirit that leads you into the path that is right for you. We see you strong and whole. We see you blessed and prospered. We see you courageous and confident. We see you as the spiritually perfect beings you truly are. Children of light, we bless you. Thank you. And then today's daily word is strength. I'm sorry, let me redo that, I apologize. If I feel my strength waning during a time of vigorous physical or mental activity, or if my ability to carry on seems gone, I remember these inspiration words from The Prayer of Faith by Hannah More Kohaus. God is my strength, unfailing quick. The power of strength is the basis of my emotional and physical strength. I can use it an infinite number of times to express a wide range of strength and not use it up. Strength includes toughness, forcefulness, and quiet fortitude. My strength is rooted in the inexhaustible wellspring of my divinity. Today, I release all thoughts of my weakness or impossibilities. I activate my power of strength. I invigorate my body and bring clarity to my thoughts. And let's repeat 3 times with me, please. I activate my power of strength in mind and body. I activate my power of strength in mind and body. I activate my power of strength in mind and body. Thank you.
Good morning. If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or song, if I can show somebody who is traveling wrong, then my living shall not be in vain. If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or song. If I can show somebody traveling on, then my living shall be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. Oh, my living shall not be in vain. If I can help somebody passing along, then my living shall not be in vain. Then my living shall not be in vain. Oh, my living shall not be in vain. Oh, if I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain. Well, Happy New Year. It's been a while since we've been together, and I know that you're as beautiful as I picture you in my mind. It's so good to be back. Thank you, Reverend Kim, for inviting me back. I'll have to take a breath, and I'll ask you to take a breath with me to have that course through me like that. That song means so much to me because it's my life. It's my life story. So let's just take a deep breath right here, right now, with the inhale and a deep exhale, and allow ourselves just to integrate in this moment what we've already heard, what we've already experienced, what we've already encountered as we move forward and upward. You know, this title came to me a couple of weeks ago out of the blue. And I said, "Ooh, this is a good one. This is a really good one." I love The Wizard of Oz. It's my favorite classic. And so I thought, what can I call it? And I thought about what happened in the movie, and I thought about what happened last year and what continues to unfold. And I said, let's just call it Toto to the rescue. Really understanding that whatever it is that we're looking for, the power of who and what we are is inside. So we'll just call it Toto to the rescue and leave it at that. Um, if you all let's just recap The Wizard of Oz because I believe most of us have seen it. I've seen it many times. But you remember in the beginning, there's a cast of characters while she's on this farm in Kansas, Dorothy Gale. And she experiences in a short period of time as she rushes and paces through the neighborhood, Zeke and Hickory and Hunk. Those are the three friends of her grandparents. And then she experiences one of the neighbors who's not so nice, and particularly not real nice to her dog Toto. And then she stumbles upon this salesman, if you will, and he's traveling around selling different potions and things like that. And then all of a sudden, her life is upended. There's a twister that's coming, and it's headed right for the farm and the house. Well, everybody's trying to grab and secure things, and oh my goodness, get down in the storm cellar, get down in the storm cellar. And Dorothy wasn't able to do so. The storm's winds were too strong for her, so she ran back into the house. And by the time she made it to her bedroom, the twister had upended the house, tossing her to and fro, the house moving in a circular motion as it spun with the twister. And all of a sudden, she lands in this place called Oz. Well, of course, as the movie continues on, she meets the Munchkins and she is introduced to Munchkin Land. And all of a sudden, the house falls on the Wicked Witch of the East. Well, this doesn't make the Wicked Witch of the West happy. But then she has what is called the Angel Witch, Glinda, come and offer her some solace. And she says, look, never mind her. She has no power. She said, but if you take these ruby slippers, she says, they will be the ticket back to Kansas. All you have to do is click them 3 times. 3 times. Well, the Wicked Witch of the West she was trying to make sure that Dorothy did not have the awareness or the whereabout to remember this advice that the Wicked Witch, that Glinda had given her. So as the movie unfolds and as this story unfolds, Dorothy meets 3 very special people. First, it's the Tin Man. And he's looking for something too. Just like Dorothy, she's looking for the way back home, back to Kansas. And the Tin Man, he's looking for a heart. If I only had a heart, I'd be able to love, I'd be able to give and share. So she, being similar in the fact that they're both looking for something, he says, well, let's get on this yellow brick road, this path, so we can go see the wonderful wizard. And he'll be able to grant us everything we want, even a heart for you, Tin Man. Well, they're on their path and they're skipping down the lane to and fro, and they come to a cornfield. And lo and behold, there's a scarecrow there. He's yelling and screaming. The crows have come to dismantle him. But he still has his mouth and he still has his whereabouts. And he's yelling and screaming, and Dorothy and the Tin Man run to him and put the hay back in him, and he's all together again. He jumps up and he's gangly around and scarecrow and all of those types of things. He said, where are you all headed? We're off to see the wizard. I want to get back to Kansas, Dorothy said. The Tin Man says, I want a heart. Well, my goodness, if you all are going to see the wizard, I want to go with you because I want a brain. If I only had a brain, I could think and I could come up with things as smart as Einstein. So the 3 of them trekked the path. They're on their way to see the wizard. On their path, shortly after picking up the scarecrow, they hear a growl, a rumbly growl. And all of a sudden, there's this lion. Lion comes out and pounces and rah, rah, he says. Scares Toto. Well, Dorothy doesn't agree with the way he is carrying on. So she says, shame on you. You, bad, bad lion. Come to find out that this lion was trying his force. Really didn't have any courage, though. Made it known, if I only had courage, I could be the lion that I'm supposed to be. I think Dorothy says, yeah. And if you knew that you were the strength that you should be, you wouldn't be pouncing around and scaring little dogs and people on their way. Why don't you come with us? I'm sure that if the Wizard of Oz can get me back to Kansas, get the Tin Man and the Scarecrow, the heart and the brain that they want, he surely can give you some courage. Really? He says. Yes. So all three of them were off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Well, on their path, they do experience some things. Of course, the Wicked Witch is up to her shenanigans again, and she tries to steer them into a field of poppies to cause them to sleep, to forget, wake up, not remember where they're going. But oh, there's a balm in Gilead, as we say. She cannot have her way. So what? They go to the wizard, and he says, look, if you can get the broom of the Wicked Witch of the West, then I can grant you all that you want. And he's thundering and pulling, and levers are shifting, and he's talking in a grand voice. Now, mind you, he is not visible, just an apparition to them. So they trek, they leave, they go back out, and they try and get the broom of the Wicked Witch of the West, and they succeed. She's melted by water, you see. So they think that they have gotten the Wicked Witch of the West gone and her broom. So now, of course, they're going back to the wizard. He's going to get us our heart and our brain and courage, and he's going to get Dorothy back to Kansas. Well, while they are petitioning him this time, Toto jumps out of the little basket in which Dorothy is carrying and grabs a piece, the hem of a curtain, and pulls it back. Well, all four of them are standing there looking at the apparition, you see, listening to the voice. And the powerful voice of the Oz. I am the power of Oz. Until they see who is behind all of this. Well, my goodness, what light is being shed now? What eventually happens is that the Wizard of Oz, he comes clean with his gimmick. But there's one thing that he says that is very, very important and really gives us indication to the power that we have inside of us. He says, look, you've had all of these gifts, all of these things inside of you all the time. I just wanted to pretend like I had all the power. But it is, in fact, you, Dorothy. You have the power. You, Scarecrow, you have the power. Call forth the brain that you want. You, Cowardly Lion, you have the courage. Stand up and stand in your power and your courage. You, Tin Man, you have a heart. Feel the vibration of what is coursing through you now. Now, Dorothy, all you have to do is click your heels and you will be taken back to Kansas. Well, she doesn't want to leave her friends, but more importantly, she wants to get back. She wants to get her power back. She knows that she has come to get her power back. And on her way, she's helped somebody get what they needed. She's helped the Scarecrow get a brain. She's helped the Tin Man get a heart. And she's helped the Cowardly Lion get his courage back. And perhaps she has helped the wonderful Wizard of Oz get the truth and the real meaning of who he is and what he has come to do and what he's already done. I say that to say this, that whatever it is that we have gone through and we are going through, there is something deep inside of us that lingers. It always lingers. And every now and then we'll get someone or something or something will happen and cause us to remember that whatever it is that we're looking for, if it's peace, if it's joy, if it's love, if it's abundance, if it's just a being on the planet now, Spirit God, show me all that I must do. Command my hands. And what will happen is that something will trigger our understanding of just what we've come to do and who we are. As soon as the Wizard of Oz made mention to them that they already had these gifts and talents inside, they started immediately to step into the vibration. The Scarecrow started quoting things and numbers and the memories of things that he always knew. And then the Cowardly Lion, he took heart. His voice even changed and his posture changed and he became the lion that he always was. And then the Tin Man got a heart. Oh, my. Dorothy clicked her heels and she was back in Kansas. And all of a sudden, we find her back in her room. And all of those characters were in there with her, championing her. Dorothy, are you okay? And she started explaining. And you were there, and you were there, and you were there. Hickory, Hunk, Zeke, you were there. And then the woman down the street, the one that didn't like her dog, and the salesman, they were all there. And this is so incredible for us to understand, is that we have characters in our lives who will come to champion everything that we do, to see about us. Thank you, Glenda. Thank you, Hunk, and thank you, Aunt M. Thank you, Wicked Witch of the West, because you taught me to persevere. There's so many things that have happened within the last year and a half, and some of those things are still carrying on. There's a residue. And I say this to you as I had to give myself permission to look deep within last April and ask myself, where is the peace? Where is the joy? Where is the sanity, oh God? Where is the clarity. I feel like I'm in a fog. I feel like I have been spun out by a tornado. I feel like my life has been tossed to and fro and landed in a place that I no longer recognize. And then all of a sudden, Spirit speaks to me through signs and wonders and says, look, look harder. And I said, oh, there they are. God says, yes, they've been there all the time. All you have to do is look for them, and they will show up. As a matter of fact, they're trying their best to get your attention because they're after you right now. Let's take a breath here and just center in. And I invite you that wherever you are, whatever you're going through, whatever situation, circumstance, or condition, take the breath knowing that whatever it is that you're seeking is already inside of you and it's after you in consciousness. It's after you right now. It's after you. And as we come to the agreement of understanding that this cannot escape us because it is a part of who we are. Let's take the breath one more time. And I want to sing just a little song before we go into a meditative moment. It's called Use Me, and it says, use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands. What must they do? Command my life. It's here for you. God is a love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Let's sink into that. Breathe into that. Breathe into that. Breathe into that. Breathe in. Breathe out. God, we're so thankful. Thankful for this moment that we call blessed. This moment that we call miraculous. This moment that we call sacred. We've never been in this space before like this. In this space, we will never be in like this again. We give great thanks knowing that everything inside of us is screaming, yelling, I am the power. I am the great Oz. I am what thou art. Oh, yes, thou art what I am. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you for giving us the awareness, the wisdom, the power of knowing that whatever it is that we are seeking is seeking us. As a matter of fact, it's right here and right now. We call it forth. I call forth peace, joy, prosperity, abundance, opulence. Yes, I do. Yes, whatever it is that I've come to be, use me, oh God. Yes, and when I find mine, I'll take others with me to go see the Grand Wizard of Oz so that we can both understand, we can all understand that what it is inside. It's an inside job, God. It's an inside job, and we know that sometimes we need that nudge that somebody comes in or something comes and gives us the opportunity to remember, oh, yes. So I give great thanks for this, knowing that all is well. All is well. And yes, there will be a wicked witch of the West. There will be a twister or two to come and land us in places that we may not understand or recognize. But oh my, yes, if we just call and say, hey, I'm looking for a brain, I'm looking for a heart, I'm looking for courage, I'm looking for my way home. There, the answer will be, show up in me. And what we'll find out is it was there all the time. It was there all the time. It was there all the time, patiently waiting. Take the breath here. Oh, yes. We breathe in. We breathe out. God, we're so grateful for this time together. And I just give great thanks. And I say, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Amen.
So we remain in this prayerful state and enfold in those friends and family, our beloveds, that we want to hold in prayer, those who are in need of our prayer energy. And so we speak their names now. For Danielle and Tony, for Sue, for Melissa, for Lola and family, for Nick and Judy, for Reba and Eddie and Harper, for Joan and for Debbie, for Doreen and Evelyn, for Dorothy and for Jerry, for these beloved souls, and for all those who we have not named in this moment, but who live in our hearts and our minds. We know and affirm that everything they need is indeed within them. And so we hold this positive energy for them. We hold this knowledge that everything is indeed working out for them, that there is a goodness, a power, that there is beauty, abundance, vibrant health, that there is peace and comfort. And yes, all that they seek is seeking them and lives within them in pure potentiality. And so yes, and thank you for healing that serves their highest and best. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen. And so we know that our source is indeed first cause of everything in our lives, including our finances and all that we need in order to live the lives that we are calling forth. And so let us recite together our celebration of giving. Together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all the good that I am and have, all the good that I give and receive, and so it is. And now back to Charles Holt.
Oh, Thank you, Reverend Kim. I think we've heard this song before, but just continuing in the vibration of what has been spoken and just coming to understand more of who and what we are. I'm going to sing it again because it is the light that continues to allow me to ask the question, who am I? And when I do, I hear the lyrics of this song. So if you've heard it before, listen as if you are hearing it for the first time. And if you have heard it, if you've heard it before, listen to the lyrics speak to you now. Okay. And if you'll ask me, do you know who you are? The question and the answer is not very far. The song of the sages, the knowledge of the ages is living where you reside. You have the key that unlocks the door. Enter in that sacred place you haven't gone before. Where deep, soul to soul, feel that connection as the truth unfolds. I am, I am, I am, I am, you are. You are the answer, yes, you are the key that unlocks the door to freedom and leads you to me. Deep inside, trust the force that guides you, it knows the way. It knows the way. There's no separation, we're one and the same. A child of the Creator, known by different names. Alpha and Omega, the eternal flame that burns deep inside you. Do you know my name? I am. From the mountains to the ocean. I am. From the rocks to the trees. I am. All the stars and constellations. I am. You are. To the heavens above, It knows the way, it knows the way. We're one, a child of the Creator, known by
Thank you, Charles. Let's bless our offering. We are deeply grateful for all the time, treasure, and talent that overflows into this community, enabling us to do the work that we are called to do, to spread a message of peace, love, joy, prosperity, vibrant health, so that we can live our very best lives. Amen. And so we just have one announcement today. Charles Holt has a new book out, and I want him to talk to you about that briefly and give you some information, and because I know it's something we'll all want to read. So it's back to you, Charles.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Kim. So, okay, as I mentioned, and I think I've spoken with you all about it before, I had a meltdown last April 2020, after I found out that Broadway was gone. And I thought about my life. I thought about what I do. I thought about what I love to do. And it's the stage. I love, 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 love the stage. Did I say I love the stage? I love the stage. So when everything seemed as if I had been taken up like Dorothy, I mentioned, by a twister and turned and spun around and sat down in a place where I did not recognize. I didn't recognize my life. I asked God, I said, you have to show me how to get out of this. So it's already inside of you. Just start writing, start writing, start writing. And I wrote about 66,000 words. Now, it was pared down by my editor, but this is what I came up with. And this is really important to me. It's called Lessons from My 5-Year-Old Self. So just to give you a synopsis, a brief synopsis, when I was 5 years old, there was nothing that I could not achieve. There was nothing that I couldn't do. Everything was likely, feasible, and I could do it. And if I did have a little snare, I could dream something else in an instant. I could get to it. That was the power of my imagination. And it was also the power of my freedom. And I had those things inside me as a 5 year old. So I called upon my 5 year old self last year and I said, can you speak to me? Can you share with me some things that I can consider now? Some things in my mind that I think I have either escaped or they have escaped me. Can you give them back? And my 5 year old self said, they've always been there, Charles. They've always been there. All you have to do is start writing and they'll come to you. So I wanted to offer this. Um, it's about 100 pages. It is it's my I'd say my I don't like using the word best work, but it's powerful. And I went through a whole lot of soul searching while I had the time to reflect because some things came up and my 5 year old self had to guide me through and say, okay, now that that's come up, you can dream again. Go to that well of inspiration that you know, that imaginative genius that you've always had, and come on up with it. Come up. It's interesting to allow your 5 year old self to speak to you. And I'm 50. Anyway, uh, regardless of that, I'd love for you to get a copy. If you order from my website, I will sign it and send it to you. Everything is paid for, shipping. Now, my website, if you want to write it down, or if someone can write it down and after service, you can go and get it and then go to my website. It's called theopenframesproject.org. TheOpenFramesProject.org, theopenframesproject.org. You'll also be able to find out what I'm doing in terms of emotional literacy with young men and women around the country. I've been doing that for over 10 years now. But this is a very special platform for me to speak from. And what I spoke to today in terms of the Wizard of Oz, a lot of those themes are exemplified and underlined in this particular publication. All right, thank you, and thank you for your support. All right, and I also have CDs if you want a CD, but this book, yes. Okay, thank you, Reverend Kim. Oh, thank you all. Hey, thank you.
So, no, we're not telling a joke today.
To the mic, to the mic.
We're not telling a joke today. But I am going to have to read the vision and the statement. Hang on. I got a technical difficulty here. There we go. Okay, this is our vision and mission statement. We'd like everybody to read along with us. We are a Unity Spiritual Center Saxe. We are a thriving global community of spiritual seekers, transforming lives through love and the expression of our innately divine gifts. Our mission is to inspire in spiritual and personal growth through the teaching and the demonstration of the unity principles toward the realization of living our best lives. Divine wisdom is at work in every area of our lives right now. Everything is always working out for us. Thank you.
So thank you very much for spending your Sunday morning with us. It's your energy and your love that makes this place so special and that allows us to have so much joy when we are celebrating together. And here we are with our closing song. Please stand if you'd like.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I